The morning I adopted my son, I felt a kind of joy I didn't think was real. Marky ran into my arms like he had been waiting his whole life. I showed him his new room filled with toys, and he cried overwhelmed. I made chocolate chip pancakes, his first real breakfast in a loving home. He trusted me instantly, clinging to my hand, his past echoed in his wide eyes. But for a moment, I saw peace. At our first family dinner, Marky barely spoke. My sister Emma offered him a second helping of mac and cheese, and he flinched. I reached for his hand, he pulled away. It broke my heart. Later, I tucked him in with his favorite stuffed dog. "Do you want pancakes tomorrow?" I asked. He nodded slowly. I smiled, clinging to that symbol of comfort. His silence screamed louder than words. Still, I promised myself I'd make him feel safe. No matter what. We played catch in the park, until a loud bark from a nearby dog made Marky freeze. He dropped the ball. Eyes wide trembling, I knelt beside him. Arms open. "It's okay," I whispered. He backed away. I saw something deep, years of fear. Emma called out gently. Distracting him, he slowly returned to me. I hugged him tightly, feeling a crack in his wall but fearing how deep it still ran. At his school's open house, Marky wouldn't look at his teacher. When asked to draw his favorite memory, he scribbled dark lines and shoved the paper away. I felt helpless. Later at home, he quietly asked if bad kids get sent back. My heart shattered. I wrapped him in a blanket and whispered, "You're mine forever." He stared back, unsure. The past still had a grip, but love was trying to loosen it. One morning, I found Marky curled up under the table, clutching a torn photo. He said he'd come for me, he whispered. It was his birth father, long absent but still haunting him. I sat beside him, holding his hand. "No one's taking you," I said firmly. Emma entered, kneeling beside us. Marky looked between us, unsure, but he didn't pull away. The threat was real, but so was our growing bond. The twist came at the family picnic. Marky, usually quiet, jumped into the pool with his cousin, and shouted, "Watch me, Mom." My heart caught. Everyone clapped. He swam like freedom itself. Later, he bit into a chocolate chip pancake from Emma's picnic basket, and grinned wide. The darkness hadn't disappeared, but it had company now. That moment wasn't perfect. It was better, it was real. And for the first time, he felt like he belonged. That night, Marky snuggled next to me on the couch, a soft blanket over us. "You won't leave, right?" he asked. I kissed his forehead. "Never," he smiled and whispered. "You're the best, Mom." That moment, more than any party or promise, was our victory. His past still existed. But love was louder now. We were truly becoming a family. At Thanksgiving, Marky passed out pancakes he helped make. Laughter filled the house. Emma lifted him onto a chair and said, "Chef of the day." He beamed. I watched him, no longer silent, no longer scared. His scars hadn't vanished, but he was healing. And in that moment, surrounded by love, I knew we had rewritten his story together.